Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today I got a new flavor that I got for this year. This year is the 2014 8-foot wide airblown inflatable kaleidoscope spider. This is a ball back edition, as it's just in my opinion. I've had this 8-foot wide kaleidoscope spider flavor for many years, which I got it after I got the 3.5-foot tall airblown inflatable Snoopy. So, as you all probably wondering, I have not done a review on the 2014 8-foot wide airblown inflatable kaleidoscope spider for years when I first had it. But I will explain a few details. We accidentally just threw them out. It was actually at my grandmother's house, but we accidentally threw them out, and we really didn't mean that. So when I double checked Amazon, they actually did have it, and I was finally happy to get it back. So I got them back recently, and it's now finally here. They did not bring the original box where this arrived, so I kept the box. But of course, it did have an extra box in it, so how will I know that? I mean, well, that's how I got it. But since he's here, I'm finally happy to have him back and ready to put him out for the 2025 Christmas display, update number 3. So I will explain. So yeah, without further ado, we will go ahead and pause the video and get this thing fully unboxed. Before we get into the inflatable, we have tie downs and stakes. The stakes are going to be metal and heavy duty, which are plastic. The plastic is actually clear, which I'm impressed. And it also comes with the safety and warning instructions about your inflatable. Without further ado, on to the inflatable. Alright, here is the inflatable, and this one comes with a base fan that looks pretty much a smaller size base fan, but I'm sure this will do the thing. So hopefully that when we get this thing inflated, you'll tell that it'll preference the inflation of how well it inflates. But yeah, this again is an 8 feet wide. I think it's probably because of the legs and all that, but yeah, the whole body is like based off a little bit of an inch and all that, a little bit of feet up and all that. So, but I'm so happy to have this thing back and hopefully have it back out in the Halloween display. So anyways, enough of that. Without further ado, we will go ahead and inflate it. Alright guys, here it is, fully well inflated. Took about a second to inflate. But this again is finally back. I had this thing for the past years, and it's finally here again. So this one does have a base fan, which kind of looks a little different, to be honest. The legs are kind of spread out, as I did already. And the face does not have the red LED eyes, but it does have the red eyes, you can tell. It's most likely black and white. Oh, I actually heard a little bump there. I didn't know there was a bump. There's his fangs, which doesn't really light up in there, but that's his fangs. And yeah, he is 8 feet wide because of the legs, for obvious reasons. It does inflate fairly tight, like it's about to explode. It does inflate tight. You can put this thing on your roof, or like you just lay on the ground. For me, I'm just gonna place it on the ground because it's gonna go up front, just because of the wind and the strong wind and all that. So I'm trying to keep that avoided at all times. So, but yeah, I'm most likely gonna put this thing up front. This will be out for update 3 display, and I am so glad to have this thing back. So yeah, it's got a nice projection on there. which again, there's no C7 light bulbs or anything, just a projection, as I said before. This one has 2 die downs. There's one here. The other one is on the other side, which is over here. There's the 2 for the tie downs, where you can tie down and stick it down. That's what I'm going to do as well. And there is, and the base fan is actually right there, but it inflates very well. So, but yeah, I am very excited. Now, if in case you're wondering about this inflatable, as I did before, it has no original box, which I bet there is, because I actually think that we may have it somewhere, but we'll see in the future. But the fangs do inflate very well tight. Not tightly, but it does inflate. The legs, but it'll inflate back up, so who knows. But yeah, this is one of, but this, I was deep in sadness. I've been willing to have this thing back. For the past years, I was determined to have this thing back. Because this was my secondary inflatable I had for the past few years. And I got this thing since 2014. So now I got this back since this year in 2025. Which I'm actually really excited to have this thing back. So hopefully I'm never losing him again. So hopefully this is one of my favorites, obviously. So, but yeah, this thing was actually amazing. I was actually glad to have this thing back, all that. But I think that explains it. But yeah, Gemmy has made a lot of these since the past few years and all that, updating the Gemmy boxes and all that. But who knows? But it is known as it was the first release in 2014, which is by the time after I pick up my 3.5-foot Snoopy. And I think that's all I have to say for now. But yeah, it is black and white, and that's all. If you don't know the colors on the kaleidoscope, it actually there's different kinds of colors. It's actually featuring red, green, and blue. Like there's halfway blue in there. You can see there's a little bit of a blue, there's a bit of a green, and most likely red you see as well. So you can see it's kind of a different colors as well and all that. It's one of our known. So, anyways, I think that says it. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I did. And that really does explain a lot to do on. So, but yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And we will see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye-bye.